We're going to have 31st of October.
Well, bonjour. It's another day filled with liquid sunshine, a lot of liquid sunshine. So it's really too difficult to video outside. But today is our Grignon excursion, which includes a visit to a truffle farm. That should be very interesting, and I think after they show us how the dogs hunt the truffles. They used to use pigs, and they still use pigs in some places. However, the pigs have a fondness for truffles and eat them, where the dogs just sniff them out and leave them for us. So after they show us how the dogs find the truffles, I think we have a truffle tasting. Now, I'm not a big truffle person, but perhaps you are, so come with us. As you can see, it's another super icky day with rain. Oh, well, you can't win them all. Ooh, an actual bird life. Something other than a seagull. Over there is a little town of Viviers with a population of 20 people. I hope those swans are a good omen that we're not going to come back to the ship with wet everything. However, it is Halloween. You will not be seeing this video probably till January of 2022. But a very past Halloween to you. Hope your trick or treating was great.
And just as we're coming along here, you just look over to the right-hand side. And on the right-hand side, we can just see the top town of Viviers. This is the ecclesiastical town. You can just see that when he built it, it was a completely fortified town with a wall around it. He lived here, in fact, with his 35 cannons. And then during the time of the Revolution, of course, it was anybody could live there. And then at the bottom, in the 10th century, the bishop, in fact, had an army, and France fell apart as a country, so everybody went to the strongest lord. Here, if you look over to the left-hand side, we just get to see a plaque, and this says that the Americans bombed this bridge on the night of the 24th and the 25th of August 1944, and because they were arriving on the south coast and nobody could help them, so the Allies destroyed all the bridges going up the road. On the left-hand side, you can just see we have the river, and we have the canal. Most of the time you're sailing on the canal of truffles, which is sold at this market, and it's cash. So this makes it, people are very cheerful in this area. You know, they're like partying. And I think it must be quite a nice area to live. It's been growing for years and years. I mean, the Romans knew about the truffles. I suppose they would sort of see the pigs rooting for them. And if they saw the pigs eating them, well, they didn't do them any harm, so they tried them. So they've been known about for years, and about 60, 70 years ago, they were the poor man's food. And we're just going to be coming into this little town of Richerange, and in fact we have chefs from all over France will come here to buy truffles from this market. And it's very fascinating to see, because in fact as you're driving down and you're coming into the village to park, the smell of the truffles come through the heating of the car, so you smell truffles in the car. As you get out, you see all the farmers with satchels over their shoulders, and they've all got the truffles in the bags. They open their bags up, you have a look at them, you go around a corner, they weigh them, and you hand over the cash for the truffles. And if any of you are in France during this time, do come to this market, because it's a great morning out. And not only are they just selling truffles, but they're selling all the truffle products. They have people come down from the mountains selling cheeses and hams.
My little audio is
so if everybody could get their voice boxes on, so they're flashing and ready for Rachel to tune them in.
I think this is where we're going, Domaine St. Alban. It's a little truffle doggy. That's Christian who owns this place.
Dans la truffe d'hiver qui va attaquer là maintenant.
And he's just saying now we're coming into the winter truffle.
Parce que pour nous, là,
The winter
dans ce
truffles are
produit-là,
€1,000
je sais pas si peut-être
euro
vous
per
faites une photo,
kilo.
si on a tout fait.
This
On
is
a-
the most
on
important area for
travaille,
truffles
on-
in
on
France, like
cultive ce produit,
86%
il se cultive ce
come from
produit
here,
depuis pratiquement
this area.
18 ans.
The truffles grow along the roots of the oak, about 6 inches deep, and the soil here is very acidic. Perfect soil, very, very rich. Now they cultivate the truffles. It's not just hit or miss. It was not easy to have a 400-pound pig give up the truffle once they found it. They train the dog to look for the truffles by putting the truffles on the ground, so the dog so they stick their nose on the ground. It's one dog, one master, and a dog works for about an hour and a half. So he has 20 acres of fields with truffles. They would use that tool to open the mouths of the pigs to get the truffle away from the pig.
It works well.
Go find a truffle.
Yeah.
It's wet, so the sense of smell is different.
Yeah, because he's making wine. He's just empty.
Digging.
Hop, hop, hop là.
Oh, he has.
Hop là.
He's got one.
Vous avez vu comment elle l'a remonté? La nette.
Oui.
T'as vu, elle a pris l'odeur là-bas?
Up to there.
She smelled
Vous la
it
voyez?
and came
He
up
said,
to
can you see
there.
it?
No.
Oui.
Oh, I see. I see it.
It's there. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Asked him to move it, but
yeah.
Après, le chien, ce qui l'intéresse,
So he said, but now once they get the truffles back off the dog, he said, but what really interests the dog now is the present.
That's right. His treat, a dog treat.
Yeah.
Doggie's looking for more truffles. Yum yum. Just if you stop to think that they sell for €1,000 a kilo. That's 2.2
allez,
pounds.
viens. Elle cherche le gibier, là.
So this little sucker would be about
And then one of the
10
things
euro.
apparently is that when the dog finds them,
the dog is doing its job. Found a big one.
oak.
The white oak.
Yeah, the white oak which loses its leaf, we call it.
It's another.
Vous voyez, de la même couleur que la terre. Hein.
He said, so you can see that it's the same color as the earth.
Là, c'est pas un métier,
It is.
pas un métier facile que j'ai, hein, vous avez vu.
And he
Là.
said you can see what a difficult job he's got.
I love Côte d'Iron. We drink Côte d'Iron at home all the time.
It's what we call a carpaccio of truffle. There's slices, ice on fresher.
Huile d'olive et fleur de sel de Camargue.
And so he's just says this is just olive oil and salt from the Camargue, the fleur de sel. So please, do everybody got a glass of wine?
It's really good. Happy Halloween. A votre santé. This one is truffle oil. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Gigantic mushrooms.
Think it's edible?
Gorgeous colors.